Okay, hi everyone, welcome back. And in this update, we are going to check out Litecoin's price chart. And at the beginning, we are going to talk about some optimistic signs, but then I'm going to tell you why, if you really want to be bullish in like very short time in LTC, the time to go up has to be right here, right now. So are you ready? Let's dive in and see what is going on. And the first bullish sign that I wanted to talk to you about was this. You see, in this phase up, we are clearly having overlapping of the waves between this move and also this one. And that to me suggests we are probably dealing with some sort of a correction and structuring here. Also, if you just compare the current move down that we are having timing wise, let's just measure it. As you can see, this move is taking us so far about 460 candlesticks in H1 time frame. But on the other hand, this move up only took us about 280 candlesticks. So this, in my view, can be yet another very important sign indicating, okay, we are most likely dealing with a correction as structure. And after our correction is over, or who knows, maybe, hopefully it's over already, we are going to have another strong move on the upside. So this was the first bullish sign that I wanted to talk to you about. Now, the second bullish sign, let's zoom on more and see what's happening. And before that, let's actually go around here. You see, if you want to be optimistic in any chart and you like Helios waves, then okay, naturally you need to be able to find off of its recent lowest low a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave. This specific example is called an impulsive movement. Rules for it are we should not have overlapping of the waves between wave 2 and 4, and in any kind of 5 wave. Wave 3 should not be the smallest wave. And I just remembered that you guys said to me I should talk a bit slower. I'm going to try, I promise. It's just the fact that I actually forget it sometimes. Sorry about that one. Okay, for our subwaves, we must be able to find 5 up into wave 1, 3, and 5. And for wave 2 and 4, we can consider different counts. Honestly, it's not really that important. Let's say WXY into 4 and then ABC into wave 2. Now let's go on the live chart and see what is going on and why am I a bit maybe optimistic in the short term. You see, I do believe you do have a valid argument for this structure to be a 5 wave up. And if this is the case, okay, since in the previous phase we also had a 5 wave on the downside, I think I'm able to tell you this might be the beginning of something. For example, this can be 5 wave up followed by a correction structure on the downside. And it does seem like that we are having a correction if you really want to ignore the subwaves in here. And well, this scenario suggests if we want to be bullish in LTC, number one, we should not under any kind of circumstances in the short term take the lows down here about $107. And number two, right here, right now, we have to see a very strong move on the upside. And then pay attention, this is important. You must be able to find a very slow and choppy move down in order for us to be able to say, you know what, this is correction, and followed by that we can have another move up. And at that point, on a higher degree, you are going to see me talking about the possibility of having in here a beautiful 5 wave up, which is a fantastic sign in LTC, suggesting, you know what, we have hit our final low. So if you want to be optimistic for like very short term, we have to go up now. Okay, it's very important to understand. And also in this phase up, hopefully if we are going to get it, all eyes should be actually on these important highs about, let's say, $124. Why is that? You see, if you want to be bearish, then okay, you need to be able to find off of the highest high, off of the recent one, a 5 wave down. And if I just go on the live chart, okay, let's assume that in LTC, this bullish count is going to play out, and in it, we are going to take the highs. Okay, fair enough, great sign. At that point, answer me this. How exactly are you able to find a complete 5 wave in here, starting from the highest high around $134 to about the lows about $107? From my POV, finding a 5 wave at that point is going to be so challenging to a degree that is going to make me say, you know what, that shouldn't really be our primary case, and I would much prefer to consider this beautiful looking ABC zigzag as my primary scenario, indicating once more we are going to get some more upward price action in LTC. So for now, all eyes on the next move and see, are we going to get a decent pump or not? If we get it, great sign. Now, what if we are not going to get a pump and instead we are going to get a move on the downside in Litecoin? At that point, I actually need you to pay attention to what is happening in terms of indicators. Let's zoom in more. Okay, let's actually go on weekly time frame first, see what is going on, and then we're gonna go on some lower time frames. Okay, as you can see, in MACD, we are having a buy signal, which is a great sign suggesting we are probably in a decent uptrend. On the other hand, though, in a stock RSI, this is a sell signal, and it indicates that two scenarios can be in play in this area. Either we are going to see some more chopping around, and in weekly time frame, when we are talking about some chopping around, we are talking maybe like a 20% move on each side, and it's not going to make a whole lot of difference when you look at it on weekly time frame. Okay, so this scenario suggests we're going to get some more chopping around, and then because of MACD having a buy signal, we're going to get after a move on the upside. The other count suggests that we are actually going to get a move down, but because in here once more we are having a buy signal in MACD, this move down is not really going to take that long, and from, let's say, these areas about 90 to 100 bucks, we are going to have a massive bounce back and start the next major phase of the bull run. Now let's go on daily time frame. Okay, as you can see, we are having sell signals in these two indicators at the same time. So, this isn't necessarily an ideal sign, but in like very short time, I actually believe you need to pay full attention to what is happening in H4 time frame. Why is that? Let's more. Okay, let's actually delete a stock RSI so we can see the MACD a bit better. What is going on in here? As you can see, this is a low. The other one is a lower low on H4 time frame. On the other hand, though, we are having a low and the other one is a higher low. And if I just go on H1 time frame, there we go. This is also a beautiful low. The other one, as you can see, by a decent margin actually is a higher low, meaning what? Yep, we do have a bit of a bullish divergence here. Now, at this point, if you are a regular viewer, you probably know what I'm about to say. But if you are a new viewer, since these days, every single time that I make new updates, about 70 to even 80% of you guys are new viewers. Okay, I have to tell you this. You see, a bullish divergence by itself is a fantastic sign suggesting bears are running out of power. However, there is no certainty in any market at any given moment. We are only talking about different possibilities. So I have to show you guys a bit of a bearish possibility. And in that case, if we get a move down, and at that point, we get a break of the divergence line, you should actually expect two things. Number one, the divergence is going to get invalidated, meaning you shouldn't probably expect a very strong bounce back. Number two, as a result of the divergence line getting broken, you need to actually expect a rather strong and sharp move on the downside. And at that point, taking the lows in here is not even going to be our first priority and problem. No, I think at that point we're going to go quite a bit lower, and probably we are going to at least by the first target reach to about, I think it was the $98-$99 area. And even if we break that, then okay, the next target I believe is somewhere around the $90 region. But overall, even according to this count, I'm going to remain optimistic. Do not get that twisted. It's just the fact that some waves in here are going to change, and probably at that point I'm going to argue this whole move up is a complete 5-wave, and followed by that we are having a correction down. But if you really want to be optimistic in LTC, then okay, like we said earlier, the time to go up is right here, right now. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in Litecoin. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.